welcome to the channel. Today I've got a product from Yeslak and it's an accessory slash modification that goes on the front of your car. What this does is it takes your car, in this case Model Y new edition, it gives it a more aggressive stance. So right now the front bumper is just that, just a plastic piece. What I have in here takes that front bumper and it adds a feature to it, a look to it that gives it more of an aggressive stance. It gives it a little more sportier, more performance type look. This is from Yeslak. It's a DIY kit. So if you're doing performance modifications to your car, you're putting a rear spoiler, you're putting diffusers, then this front bumper piece here is something that you need to have added to your DIY modification to give it that performance slash aggressive look. So it's very simple. It's a part that comes in 3 pieces. You left, right, and center. You put them together, you stick it on, and that's it. So I'm going to walk you guys through that here, what that looks like. This one here, I'm going to mount it on. I'm not going to fully attach it just because I have some other modifications I need to put on, but it conflicts with this. So that's one thing I'm going to say. With this modification over here, if you're going to be doing stuff to the grill here, like putting in like a bit of a filter to prevent leaves or whatever from going to that grill, you cannot use the modification. Unfortunately, this modification fits so well within this space here that if you have anything else going on that space, it's gonna conflict and it won't stick on. So just a heads up there. If you already have something in that space, this won't work for you. If you're planning to do something in that space, this will work for you there too. But if you want to keep this clean, that place open, then yes, definitely do this. So again, if you're doing your modifications for your rear spoiler, diffusers, anything, this is definitely one thing that you can add to your modifications to complete that look. But let's jump into the unboxing, what's in it, and then we'll go through installation. All right, let's do unboxing and see what we have in here. So, got some little notes that says to use adhesive promoter before gluing, QR code for a video. And then let's see this packaging. It comes in 3 pieces, so there's that, and that. All right, so let's see. So this is one end. This goes under. I don't know if this is, I have to check and see if this is left or right, but this is, that's one end. This is another end. And then this is the third end slash middle part. They've got different options like gloss. I didn't go with the gloss because the bumper right now it's matte, so I went with the matte to keep it in a line. These are the 3 pieces. This gets screwed into this, and then you glue the whole thing to the bumper. One more piece before we go. The last piece is taped here, and that is what you need. That's the hardware that you need. And so you got some more double-sided tape in here if you need that, and then you've got screws that you need to put them all together into one piece, and then adhesive promoter. So everything we need right there. So first things first, it's us mounting this centerpiece to this side pieces. So basically you've got these 2 screw holes in here and this. And so this will go just like that into that piece. Let me align this. There we go. So you push. I'm gonna just keep this here so I don't scratch it. So you're pushing them into each other. You have the screws in this kit here. It's gonna be 2 that goes in this space. There we go. And that piece is one. That's the only place where they join. It's just right there. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. All right. You've got extra strip. If you want, you could probably put it along the line here, right? So you can have extra gluing, but as of right now, you don't need to. You're gonna have a screw hole, a hole here, and one on the other end, and that's gonna be coming out from under the bumper. So this piece is put together, move it to the side, and then we'll come back and do the bumper piece. Something to be mindful of when you're installing this, be careful. Even though it's plastic, I think the way this is done, it's prone to scratches easily. So again, when I do my installs, I want to show you the pros and the cons, things you need to look out for. I was careful to put this against like foam, the little foam sheets that came in the car while I was installing, but every now and then there were times where it touched the floor, and this floors here, these are like new epoxy floors, and so they're not even it's still pretty clean. But if you look on here, I've got some little tiny marks. It's probably not so visible, but you can see. So just something to be mindful of when you're installing this. Make sure you have a lot of padding on the floor. Like I said, you have a lot of this foam strip things in the box. Put them on the floor so that when you're doing installations, this is not touching the floor and you don't get this tiny scratches. So just something to note. But overall, great product. Again, you can get this in gloss. This is matte. I believe there's probably a carbon fiber option, but I wanted to match the plastic trim of the car, which is just matte right now. That's why I went with the matte on this one. So if you like gloss, go for gloss. If you like carbon fiber, if they have that, go for that. If you want matte, you can go for matte. And of course, if you get matte, you can always polish this, ceramic coat it, whatever I want to do to it. And so, but yeah. All right, so the next part we're going to be working on, this is the front of the car. It's going to be under here. There's a screw that's here. There's a few of them. There's one, there's more over there. The one we're going to be working with is this one here at the edge. You're going to need a T30 hex bit to take that off. So if you don't have a hex tool set, you might want to get that handy. But we're going to take that off, one on this side and one on the other side. That's the screw. I've got my T30 bit. If you have a way of raising your car, that's the best way. If you don't have a way of raising your car, you just gotta lay on the floor and do this. All right, that's the screw. We'll keep it handy, and then we're gonna do the other side. Okay, before you move on to attaching the bumper, what you need to do is use some adhesion promoter. You have to take this here, and I'm not gonna do it now because, like I said, if I put this on, it's gonna interfere with some of my other installations that I have planned. but you have additional promoters. You want to peel this, and basically where you have the bumpers, the glue pieces of the bumpers, you want to put the additional promoter around it. So you want to get this over here all the way down around here, the bottom, same thing on that side. Anywhere you have the glue strip, you want to clean. You've got 2 of them, so it should definitely be enough for you. You also have extra screws in case you need those extra screws. But so now, what I'm gonna be doing really comes last, because you're gonna put this on. You peel the glue strips, you put it on, you hold it in place, and then you secure with the bolts. But since I'm not doing the adhesion, I'm just gonna show you what that looks like. Like everything should line up, and you can see even without gluing it in, it fits good. You have cutouts right there by the corners that things should line up perfectly against. And then at the edges over here, when you put it on, it shouldn't be sticking out on the edge over here. It should be able to just flush perfectly against this over here. I already got bumped, so mine is popping out here. But when you put that in and it flushes perfectly, then that's what it will look like. Once you put this on and you glue it in, you just want to just press down. Make sure you get all the corners all lined up good. The edges, you press down, you let it hold in place. Do the same on the other side. And so now that we're here, I'm gonna put this bolt back under just to hold it temporarily and show you what that looks like. So let's go. There we go. All right, that is good. And so there you have it. That's what the car looks like now with the front bumper attachment added on. You can see now you've got these lines here and there that's now added on, that now accentuates that front line. It gives it that aggressive performance stance a little bit more. Also, if I look from the side over here, you also now seemingly have that little lip up there. Because I don't have it glued in, that's why it's not stuck on. But if you put the glue, this will be stuck to the surface like that, and so you don't have that gap. But right now it's held in by just the bolt in the bottom. So definitely when you glue it in, probably might need to like tip it down so it holds for a lot longer. But you also can see, you also have now a little bit of a pronounced lip. It's not just flat anymore, because normally before it curved under. Now you got this sticking out. Again, very easy to install. You glue the sides, you put a screw in the bottom, and that is it. You've got that aggressive performance look to it now, and straightforward. If you want yours, go to yeslak.com. They have a bunch of accessories you can buy for your Tesla. Do check it out. Check them out. If you want to buy anything from them, I'm going to have discount codes in the description. Use that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that button, subscribe, so you can get more reviews of products like this that you can use to accentuate your car. And as always, thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.